Hello and welcome to this pick a card reading for the autumn equinox. This is one in regards to a message that you need to hear at this time. As the turning of the wheel takes us from summer into autumn, as there is equilibrium, that balance between light and dark before we descend into darkness, at least in the northern hemisphere. This is just whatever message is supposed to reach you at this time. What do you need to know with this turning, at this crossing? What message does Spirit have for you? So there's 3 piles to choose from, 1, 2, and 3. Pick the card that you're the most drawn to, and then your message will be within that pile. You can skip ahead to your reading. Timestamps are in the description box below, where you'll also find all of my details if you want to reach out for a personalized one-to-one reading where we can go way more in depth and all about you. I will see you in your reading. Hello, pile 1. If you picked this Justice card, this is the reading for you. This is a message from Spirit in regards to the autumn equinox, something that needs to land at this time. Picked the Justice because of the scales, because we're also moving into Libra season. So this element here for us all of what needs to be brought into balance. This is what the autumn equinox is about, that balance between the light and the dark. But let's see what message that Spirit has for you that you need at this time. We have inner trust as your card. So there's this like inward seeking of yourself, really flowing into your own internal waters and tuning in to the messages that come through from Spirit for you and trusting in that guidance, not needing outward counsel, not needing to lean on a friend or family or potentially even a pick a card reading on the internet. It's about literally trusting the messages that are coming through you from that inner landscape, that inner world. Everything is already within, and this is asking you to have that inward turn and actually trusting in it. It's actually time to really truly listen to yourself so you can step up into like your Jedi power. Let's see what the tarot has to say. Okay, so we're starting there with the 6 of Cups in the reverse. Cups is that emotional landscape, it's our heart space, it is our intuition. And the 6 of Cups in the reverse talks about a moving forward, away from the nostalgia, away from the past, and leaving something into a sense of independence. If you look at this card with these 6 ladies all holding hands together, in the reverse, there's almost like a retreat energy of that, leaving the clan, leaving that group, leaving needing to ask for their opinions, their judgments, their guidance, because it's all about this inner trust within. So there's very much this retreat aspect to self coming through with the Queen of Cups. Here she sits in her power, in her strength. She is proud. She is proud of who she is. She is full of empathy and compassion and patience. She has gone through all of the work to get to this point of being able to sit comfortably in this position, soft, vulnerable, yet secure and strong, because she has this inner trust with those waters. They guide her. She listens to them. It's this opening up of you into your powers. But the message for you at this time is to really step into this, to step into the magician, to step into your magic, where you can create with strength and clarity, completely and utterly connected upwards and downwards, as above, so below. Where this garden shall grow will actually be to step away from people. And this is not to say you have to leave people and go be a hermit up a mountain. It's just that like seeking answers through other people when you already hold them within. This is what Spirit wanting you to know. You hold the answers within and you do not need to seek outwardly, at least at this time, at least for what is happening at the moment. That's not to say you'll then spend the rest of your life not seeking advice from anybody, because that also would be ridiculous. But you don't need to make your decisions based upon other people's guidance, or you don't need to get your guidance confirmed by other people to then move forwards with it. It's saying trust yourself, trust your gut, trust your heart, trust yourself with clarity, because it's there. You just have to really lean into it. Here we have the Judgment card in the reverse, and this talks about this doubt. It can talk, like in the upright, it's awakening and liberation. But it's come through in the reverse where there's this doubt, punishment even. And I'm not to say you're being punished or will be punished, but there's this movement. 8 of Swords in the reverse as the clarifier. And this is about like releasing your inhibitions, releasing yourself from this cage, freeing yourself from these doubts, these worries. There's this this is the aspect of self. Because in doing this, in really leaning inward and trusting yourself, what you will do is break through your own self-limiting beliefs. The way in which you judge yourself. Let's just cover up her naked bum whilst we are here. This rising up into your authentic truth. The waters being very much a main focus here. Your inner element of water, the focus on that aspect of the divine feminine. So one thing that will really help at this time is to really nurture yourself. Self-care practices, some alone time, being just with yourself, trusting yourself, journaling, listening to your heart, time in nature with no music, no podcasts, or just laying with no music, no podcasts. We also have the I'm sorry, defenselessness, writing past wrongs and uprooting. Let's get some clarity into what this is about. Because I'm seeing very strongly this like as above, so below coming through, and this prayer, a prayer to liberate, a prayer to free with the High Priestess. And the High Priestess is this divine intuitive knowing, and she also sits in her seat of power. High Priestess being an absolute like a queen of going into the underworld to discover the secrets within the darkness, to illuminate the darkness. Full of wisdom. So there's this being able, this tiny little eyes here, this ability to see stuff from your past that is teaching you and guiding you. Aspects of your past to let go of now in regards to the lack of trust you have in yourself. It's time to like break these patterns and free yourself from them. There's these 2 figureheads here. Within the root system, looking at each other. It's like these deep buried aspects of psyche that guide you in your humanness, which is why seeking this outside counsel, because you were never taught, you have never learnt to trust yourself because of core beliefs, things that have happened throughout your life. And this writing past wrongs, this uprooting, is that clearing, that cleansing away. We've got multiple factors going on. We're going into a season of balance, Libra. Autumn equinox is this turning of the wheel into this equal balance between light and dark, where we have to start to accept death, the fall coming in and its place within the cycles. And we've also just had the end of the eclipse portal, which was a closing and then an opening of a new way of being. So it feels as if there's been lots of these old roots that have come to the surface of late and have had to have been dealt with. But this moving forwards is about the trust in self. This moving forwards is continuing to learn from what has come before. Let's get another card for you. Message in a bottle. To the sea. And then co-create. So there's a message wanting to come through to you, and this is about this inner trust, trusting in the messages that are landing. Really, really honing in, because this to the sea that's in the reverse, it's about this figuring out how to navigate so you don't get lost at sea. You don't get lost in the vastness of this water, but it's learning to figure out that landscape without the tools. The tools being whatever props you use to help you answer your questions without just leaning in and trusting. Whether that, like I said, be friends' advice, family's advice, this advice even, as I said, or even your tools in regards to, do you use cards? Like, are you using a sat nav when it's telling you to figure out a way without that version of a map, if that makes sense? Because it's wanting you to do is co-create. Co-create with spirit. Bring in its wisdom and let that guide you forwards in the world. Things are trying to land. Creations are trying to come through you in whatever form that makes sense within your life. It's just about tuning in to the message, this inner trust. See the beauty, gratitude, the sacred is everywhere. This egg, this birthing. And especially with this I'm sorry, and it's like there's a heaviness under this root system in this darkness here. And this shift to see the beauty and all the pain and suffering that you have been through, that has been in your past or potentially even present. Beauty and pain, beauty and suffering, because it teaches us, it guides us, we can grow from it. God just isn't simply in the light. God is the whole spectrum, creator, source, spirit, whatever you want to call it. The sacred is everywhere, in every aspect, always guiding, not just present when it's good and fluffy and white and pretty. And there'll be this flip of the script into this inner trust, into this landscape. Seeing the beauty will assist you, but I also think just in general, this opening, this shifting is going to help you see the beauty in everything. There's going to be a landing, like you will zoom out and have a bird's eye perspective, and you'll understand like the game of life a bit better. You just have to really trust these niggles, trust where you're being guided, trust these thoughts, these feelings, whatever's coming through. Lean into it, but also allow the time and the space for them to come through by literally giving yourself time and space with no distractions and without seeking outward advice, without trying to sway the way or make sense of it with tools. Like I said, go for a walk with no distractions, spend some time sitting with no distractions, with just a pen and a paper, or just create some art, freestyle, with no agenda, free flow. Let your body move, free flow, and see what comes through. I will leave it there for you, pile one. I hope that this helped. Let me know which bit really resonates. What's happening in your life? How does this resonate with yours? What is landing the most? I would love to hear. And if you would like to reach out for a one-to-one reading, my details are in the description box below. I would absolutely love to work with you, and I will see you in my next reading. Hello pile 2, if you picked this Justice card, then this is your pile in regards to what message does Spirit have to say for you for this autumn equinox, for this turning of the wheel. The reason we've picked the Justice is because the Justice card is this scales, and we are also going into Libra season, and autumn equinox is that turning of the wheel, which is equal light and day. So there's a lot of balance energies within the air. Let's see what message Spirit has for you. Follow your own rhythm. Follow the beat of your own drum. Listen to your heart and how it beats and sway with it. Allow it to guide you forwards. Your rhythm, not anyone else's. Let's see what the tarot has to say to get some more insight into this. Okay, so first off we have the Hermit. And the Hermit is a card about wisdom and independence. Gandalf figure trotting off with this light to seek the light within. Solo affair, solo journey, completely independent, off to gain more wisdom, already full of some to know that this is the right journey to be taking at this time. So this really is a breaking free, maybe taking a step out on your own, that movement, that shift, really deeply connected to your heart, to soul, to spirit, and seeking more of that by following inner trust. Because we have the Five of Swords here, and this is a card that can talk about sneakiness, like a sneakiness to win. And it just feels as if there's this level of stepping away from this need to have said sneakiness. This card is normally depicted as somebody that has they've broken away and they have some of the swords in their hand from other people, and it's almost like they've screwed them over to get those swords, hence this sneakiness, this defeat. But this figure standing solo, feeding into this level of independence, this pushing forwards, following your own rhythm. So moving away from situations potentially or other people that you may not completely trust. But it's also just that level of trusting in self to stand solo. Using your own cunning, using that trust to push you forwards. Because we have the Hanged Man. And this is a card about seeing things in a new perspective. It's a change, it's a release. Deep insight. This glow up, this glow up, this glow up of you. And it's taking you towards this. It's taking you towards the Three of Pentacles. And this is a card about teamwork. So although this is such a solo affair moving you through, it's taking you to a place of guiding you, what it feels like, to the right people, especially with this when it's like that sneaky element, like away from people that you can't truly trust and towards people that you can collaborate with, build great teams with, be part of a great team that will offer really strong, stable, sturdy results, make real world offerings, build things. Let's see what other cards want to come out for you. Ooh. We have 𝑒𝑟𝑡ℎ, my favourite Welsh word, longing for home, homesick for the stars. And this card is a card that talks about nostalgia. It talks about, as it says, like a homesickness, a longing, this longing for a place that may not exist or may have never existed. It's just talking about this longing for something that you can never quite attain, but wanting to so desperately, wanting to find this place, feeling as if it's your home, feeling as if you'll be okay there, you'll be safe there, you'll like, it's just going to offer you something. And this guiding you towards this team feels like, in regards to this solo journey, this longing that you've had, you can't find where you are. So following your own rhythm to get you to where you want to be, to get you home to the stars, to get you home to your people, to your team, to your community. Don't be afraid to break off, to follow your own rhythm, to do something different than everybody around you. Even if it means this solo walk up the mountain, off you trot by yourself, leaving everybody behind, because this will give you the new perspective and take you towards what it is that you actually desire and want. So it will be a complete and utter worthwhile journey. It's just this trust, this initial trust. Oh, they all landed on the floor. So the edge, take a chance and do something different. There you go. That is your message. Because this card makes me think of the Fool in Tarot, start of the Major Arcana journey. New beginnings, the ultimate in new beginnings. Of a complete and utter free spirit. Take yourself to the edge and jump. Even though you're unsure of what's below, trust that you will not smash into rocks. You're going to fall into the ocean and be caught by the waves and guided to exactly where you need to be. Take the chance, do something different, follow your own rhythm, follow the guidance that's coming through for you at this time, because it's guiding you right. Don't fear if it's guiding you away from people. Don't fear if it's guiding you in a direction that feels uncomfortable, that you're not sure of. Trust in it, because it's guiding you to all that you actually want. I will leave it there for you, pile 2. Let me know which part of this resonates the most, or which bit makes you the most uncomfortable. Are you already at the edge, or do you feel like you're being drawn to an edge that you're like uncomfortable with, you're not quite sure of? I'd love to know. Let me know. If you'd like to reach out for a one-to-one reading, my details are in the description box below. I would love to work with you, and I will see you in my next reading. Pile 3, if you picked this Justice card, this is your pile. Picking the Justice card because of the scales. Autumn equinox is a balancing of the light and dark. It also is the turn into Libra season, ruled by said scales. So let's see what message Spirit has for you that needs to land at this time. We'll pick another card on top because that was, if there was any draw to pile 2, please go listen to it because it was that card. So that wanted to come through twice, but we will just give you a sneaky little extra one. I mean, I literally just want to say, just go listen to pile 2, but we will continue. So follow your own rhythm, follow the beat of your own drum, follow your heart, because it is guiding you towards conscious connections. It's guiding you towards people that you want to be near. It's guiding you towards conscious connections, as it says. It's taking you in the right direction. It's taking you into levels of abundance and flow with the carp there. And we have the Four of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles is a card that talks about this like tight control, to try and like someone holding on really tight to try and build a level of security. But this man has held on so tight that he has turned to stone. So there's this release aspect, release of things that don't, like, is this your own rhythm? If the stuff around you does not beat to the same rhythm and it's out of tune, it doesn't make sense, it doesn't vibe, it's time to let it go because it's not offering you the security that you actually want. It's limiting said security. Because we have the Seven of Wands here, and this is a card that is about hope. And look, she's drifting away off from these 6 wands below, that tend to come in and attack within the 7. But this is having faith and the knowledge to rise above and away. And there's also some element here of it feeling quite cheerleadery as well. Off you go. This, like the heat coming off of these is like shifting the air, guiding you higher, pushing you up and onwards towards said conscious connections, because we've got this new beginning here. Ace of Cups, new beginnings, great opportunities for love and connection and merging, whether that be friendship or a romantic partner. But it's talking about, and we do have this because a pairing. So there's this pushing you towards what is meant for you and away from something that was making you stiff and rigid. Trust in your heart is definitely the message to take you towards things that are much more aligned. Let's give you some of these. If you do happen to go back and listen to pile 2, I forgot to pull these cards for them, so they didn't get them. We have orphaned and not just for you. This feeling here of this, like this orphaned card. And this is sometimes where we can cling on so tightly. Fear of abandonment, fear of being alone. We cling on to what actually is not good for us and doesn't serve us because we don't want to be alone. Because we have that fear of abandonment. We have this pain, these wounds. But we've gone from orphaned to not for you. But what I'm being drawn to is this game of chess here. And that level of like seeing it as this like pairing, this merging. And it's like you were playing the wrong game, or you are playing the wrong game. You're sat at the wrong table. Like this table, this chess game, this relationship, this whatever you're in, friendship, situationship, and whatever it may be, is not for you. And the guidance is about literally following your heart, trusting in yourself to turn and sit at another table, because there's beautiful new beginnings there. The table you're supposed to be at, the one where the conscious connections will occur. Let's just get one more card. Yeah, the 6 of Cups coming through for you. And the 6 of Cards is a card that talks about nostalgia, links into the past. So it feels as if there's this like needing to let go of the past in regards to what that has made you feel that orphaned feeling, that feeling of being alone where you're so scared you'll cling onto things that aren't right because you just don't want to be alone. Be honest with yourself, but also be honest with the rhythm of your heart and where it's guiding you towards these conscious connections with your little cards over it, with your little fairy friends offering you cups full of flowers. And we have the Messenger card, serious energy, bringing harmony and balance. So this balance really coming through. Listen to the messages that are landing at your heart space. It is your best guide, always, but especially at this time. And then we have lay it on the altar, hand it over, soften, surrender, and forgive. Trust in this movement forwards. Trust in the decisions you have to make. Following the beat of your own rhythm. Lay the rest on the altar. hand it all over so that you can take yourself towards this fresh start. Soften, surrender, forgive, especially on top of that orphaned. All the pain, the suffering, the worry, the fears. Use this moment in time to allow yourself to bring yourself harmony and balance. Lay it all down, get it all out. Serve it up to God to transmute. Take the weight off. Hand it over. It's like it's no longer yours to carry. Step away from this chess table. The heavy burden is just not yours. There's a big shift and beautiful beginning on offer for you. I will leave it there for you, pile 3. Please let me know which bit resonated with you. I would love to know in which aspects that, like which bit really landed, which bit were you like, oof, yeah, felt that. And if you would like to reach out for a one-to-one reading, my details are in the description box below. I'd love to work with you. Happy new equinox, and I'll see you in my next reading.